to Life Talk. Today I want to talk about a project I worked on in school called The Resistance. It was originally written as a game script, and I also adapted it for a script for a TV movie and a comic book. And currently I am working with one of the teachers I had in school to actually make it a game. We made it a web interactive game, when I was in school, and I'm going to post a link to that in this broadcast so that you can check it out and, see what you think, give me feedback, stuff like that, because me and this professor are working on it to actually make it a, regular game that you can go out and purchase for, the new PlayStation or Xbox or whatever it is. But it's called The Resistance, and the main character is a man named Samuel. He worked for the government, and he was told to create this program to connect every country in the world and everything in the world. And he thought it was to make everybody equal so that you didn't have malnutrition, starvation, everyone can have access to medical care. It was supposed to be to better mankind. Well, apparently there was a hidden agenda that Samuel didn't find out until later. Some of the higher corrupt people in the world band together wanting to create a one world nation. With the help of Samuel's program, they were able to achieve it. So Samuel tried to destroy it, but ended up being a fugitive on the run, hiding out in the hills of the Appalachian Mountains. And his nephew Mark searched for him years later, and so did an ex-professor named Alan. And throughout the game, they are bound together in a group called the Resistance with a bunch of other people, and they want to break into the headquarters and destroy the program that Samuel created. And I'm trying to adapt it to where Samuel's your computer program, and you can play as either Mark or Alan. You can either be the fighter or the computer whiz genius person. But in the end, Samuel's the one that has to disable the program. But you have to get Samuel to the point where he needs to be, so you have to play either as Mark or Alan to protect him. So all through this game, they're fighting to get into this headquarters, and you'll see like little clips and stuff of the past come in and out of how this happened and that happened, and in the end of the actual script, which isn't in I don't think it's in the interactive game, but in the end of the actual script, there is a big twist to the relationship between Mark and Samuel. And I hope to add that into the actual game. There's going to be little videos that show a backstory of, how the program was created, how Samuel ended up where he was, where Mark comes in, and Alan, how he got intertwined into it. But I'm going to post a link to the web interactive game that I created, and I want to see what people think and give me feedback and suggestions and whatnot to try to make this game better. I have it already, about a 14-page script that I'm working on in hopes that I can get it into the right format to where I can get it into one of these big gaming places, and you can go out and buy it for the new Xbox or new PlayStation or whatever weird crap they're coming up with next. But I also want to turn it into a movie and maybe a comic book. So like I said, I'm going to post a link, and I'm going to post it across the screen here, and I'm also going to post it in the description. Lost train of thought. And see what you all think about it. There were several projects I worked on in school that were similar to this. There was another one, if I can find the link to it again, I can't really remember where it's at, but it was Vacation Island, and you could choose like either the beach, the jungle, the woods, or like a normal suburb type thing, and you had 3 choices of houses, and it would tell you either if it was right or wrong. If you picked the on the beach, you got your house washed away, too far away the beach, you couldn't enjoy the beach, and it would be right in the middle, so you had that perfect little spot. And I don't think it's really going to adapt to much of anything, but it was a pretty cool little game. It was sort of like a rock, paper, scissors type game. Depends on which one you click, depends on your outcome. It was pretty cool to do. And I kind of enjoyed that. And I enjoyed writing like comic books and children's books and stuff like that, which I'm in the process of trying to fix up a lot of the ones that I worked in school, which my computer crashed and some of them went on me. So I got to find a way to get them back. But I'm going to focus on working on the Resistance here currently to see if I can get it adapted into anything cool. I want to make it into like a TV movie, which will run for probably about an hour. It's like one of those Lifetime type movies, but it's like a thriller movie. There is no foul language and stuff like that in it, which I actually got criticized by teachers on that I need to put F this, F that in there, and I'm like, no. I'm like, that's not my characters. I actually felt really, really bad on how I ended this script, that I actually changed it because I didn't like the way I ended it originally in school. So I also based my main character off of two different people that I know in real life. Both are elderly gentlemen that I met during my journey. They're really, really nice people, and I based my character off of their personalities. Of he's rugged and tough, but he's sensitive at the same time, and and I based it on the area that I live in, up in the mountains and kind of away from everybody. And their dialect, my teachers made fun of me because they're like, oh, look, their dialect doesn't sound right for that part of the world, and blah, blah, blah. And I actually had my teacher call me, and he's like, you need to change your dialect because that's going to insult people from like the West Virginia area. And when I started talking, he goes, where are you from? And I said, West Virginia. He goes, you get an A, never mind. So he actually thought I was just trying to make fun of people with their dialect, and I'm like, no, that's how I talk. I mean, you go around saying y'all and ain't and all this stuff, and he's like, well, you don't sound like you right. And I'm like, yeah, I can change the way I type, but I can't change my voice. So I mean, that's how the dialect works. But anyway, it was kind of a funny conversation because after he realized when I started talking, he changed his tune really quick. Originally, he gave me a D on the project, and then when he called me on the phone, he gave me an A. But I was actually really proud of this concept. The Resistance is actually based on certain events that I was taught growing up. I know a lot of people have seen like the movies Left Behind and, heard about the rapture and all that stuff. And, we was always taught about the one world nation and, how the Antichrist will, do all this stuff in the end of times and everything. And I adapted a lot of that into the story as far as, the one world government, all of the countries' high ups, such as the president, kings, pope, anybody that had any kind of power in any country, were teamed up together to create this program and want to rule the world together. Which, as we all know, you can't have more than one person trying to be king because you're going to have a bunch of fights going on. So that's actually kind of funny because there's about 5 of them, I think, that teamed up together to get this program created. But then when it's created, they fight amongst themselves of who's going to be the ruler, who's going to be number one in charge, and they end up destroying themselves in the process. So, but it's kind of fun to work on, and I'm hoping that when I get this game complete, that it's going to be something that's very, very popular, sort of like Call of Duty or Fable or something like that, one that a lot of people likes to play. And it's actually going to be, Samuel's going to be, like I said, the main character, and you can play as Mark or Alan, and you have to protect Samuel. So you can either, like in the scenes you need to fight, you can be Mark, and then in the scenes you need to break a computer code or hack into a security system, you can be Alan. Like, it'll allow you to go from Mark to Alan, and Samuel is always going to be the computer generated. You'll never be able to play as him. But he'll be the computer-generated character where he'll start telling you the backstories and how this happens and how this happens. And the ending of the game, which I don't want to give away, but the ending is very surprising and very unique. And I really, really hope that everybody likes it. And I'm going to hopefully have it out in the next couple years. I mean, I don't know really how long it takes to develop this game. I mean, we have the script, but as far as it goes, we have to develop the characters and all the action codes and all that stuff. And the teacher I had in my gaming class is helping me with that. So hopefully we get that up and going. And I really appreciate everyone tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this game. And please let me know what you think. You can email lifetalkpod@gmail.com, or you can post in the comments and let me know what you think. Thank you.